Have you ever seen someone ruin their career in less than 5 minutes by letting their hatred get the best of them? Stick around until the end because what you're about to see will not only make you think, it will make you want to share the story with everyone. This isn't just a traffic stop. It's about what happens when someone messes with the wrong person. Colonel Gabriela Enriquez walked confidently toward her vehicle, phone still pressed to her ear, as she discussed an urgent matter with her superior. She was wearing her immaculate uniform, her decorations clearly visible on her chest. But the uniform apparently meant nothing to some. "Hey, you!" A harsh male voice shouted from behind her, full of false authority. "Hang up that phone right now." Gabriela turned slowly, maintaining her composure, and looked at the officer who was approaching with long strides. A heavy-set, white man, with a flushed face and a scowl, as if he were already angry for no reason at all. "Officer, I'm on an official call." "One moment, please," she replied calmly, barely turning her back to him as she continued her conversation. That infuriated him. "I told you to hang up. This is a security check. What's your name, and why are you disguised in that uniform?" Gabriela took a deep breath. Her years in the army had taught her not to react to provocations, but this guy wasn't just ignorant, he was dangerous. "I am Colonel Gabriela Enriquez of the United States Army. I am on an official mission, and I am not in disguise." The officer let out a sarcastic laugh. "You, a colonel? Don't make me laugh. Since when do Latinas like you get that high up? Show me some ID, and make it fast." She smoothly pulled out her credentials with measured movements. She showed it to him from a distance, as protocol dictates. The man didn't even look at it. "That could be fake. I don't care who you say you are. You're acting suspicious, and that vehicle looks stolen. Give me the keys." "You are no longer authorized to commandeer this vehicle," Gabriela responded, lowering her tone for the first time. "I'm warning you, if you do, you will be interfering with a federal operation." The officer moved closer, invading her personal space. His eyes scanned her uniform with contempt. His fingers drummed on the belt where his gun hung. "Federal operation. Yeah, right. What's next? You're an undercover agent for the Pentagon? Don't waste my time, woman." Instead of answering him, Gabriela resumed her call in a low but firm voice. "Yes, sir. I'm being interrupted by a local officer." "No, he doesn't seem to understand protocol." "Proceeding. That was the trigger. I told you not to talk on the phone," the officer yelled, trying to snatch the device from her. "This is over." Gabriela took a small step back, raising her other hand as a non-aggression signal. "Don't do something you might regret," she warned. But the man wasn't listening. His judgment was clouded by deeply ingrained prejudices. He turned without permission toward the back of the vehicle and arrogantly opened the trunk. What he found left him breathless for a moment. There, inside a black briefcase with the combination lock, was a folder with the red seal of the Pentagon. Level 4 classification. A clear warning that it should not be touched without authorization. What the hell is this?" he stammered, his face turning pale. Gabriela remained on the phone, unfazed. "Yes, sir. Confirmed. He has accessed the compartment. Awaiting instructions." The officer started looking around as if searching for witnesses to back him up, but all he found were people recording with their phones from a distance. You can't have this. This is illegal. I told you not to open the vehicle," Gabriela repeated, "and I warned you that you were interfering with a federal operation. Now, you have compromised classified information." The man tried to regain his composure. He took out his radio and called for backup, trying to sound confident, but the sweat on his forehead and the tremble in his voice gave him away. Gabriela remained motionless, like a statue of discipline. Her gaze wasn't defiant. It was firm, calm, and that unhinged him even more. "I'm going to request a full search of this vehicle, and you're coming with me. I don't care if you're a colonel or an actress. You're going to regret challenging me." At that moment, a small buzzing sound cut through the air. It was a military drone that briefly flew over the scene, taking images. "What the hell was that?" the officer said, backing away. "Visual confirmation received," Gabriela murmured into her earpiece. "Coordinates confirmed." The officer began to lose his composure. He paced back and forth, muttering profanities. He was no longer talking to Gabriella. He was talking to himself, trying to justify his actions. You don't see things like this every day. Subscribe to the channel if you want more stories where justice takes those who think they have power by surprise. A voice whispers among the murmurs of the scene. This is a setup, the officer shouted, pointing a finger at Gabriella. You set this up. I just did my job, she said. You're the one who chose to ignore all protocol. A couple walking by stopped to watch, murmuring to each other as they saw the woman's uniform and the officer's erratic behavior. That guy's crazy, the man whispered. Can't he see she's high-ranking? The officer spun around abruptly. Nobody get involved. This is none of your business. But it was too late. Several passers-by had started recording. Social media was about to explode with the hashtag Colonel versus Cop. Do you want to continue? Gabriella asked without raising her voice. You can still stop. Just shut up, he yelled, taking another step closer, almost trembling. I swear I'm going to arrest you. Then do it, Gabriella replied, extending her hands with her palms up. But then you can explain to the Pentagon why you arrested their liaison officer for national security. And right then and there, the officer swallowed hard. For the first time, he hesitated. Security? What? You have no idea what you've done, do you? His hands lowered slowly. His voice was now barely a whisper. Who are you, really? A warning you didn't want to hear. And just as the tension was about to break, a sound was heard in the distance. Powerful engines, screeching tires. If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to subscribe right now and hit the notification bell. What comes next is the most shocking part. The engines grew louder at full speed, shattering the silence of the place like an unexpected thunderclap. Two black, unmarked SUVs screeched to a halt in front of the scene. The doors opened instantly. 4 men and 1 woman got out with calculated movements, dark glasses, dark suits, without saying a word. The officer backed away instinctively, his hand on his weapon. His gut told him something wasn't right. This wasn't a common patrol. This wasn't a normal intervention. This was something else. Who are they? He asked in a low voice, a knot forming in his throat. Gabriella didn't answer. She kept her eyes forward. The female agent from the group approached first, showing a badge the officer had never seen in his life. It had a raised shield and letters he couldn't quite read. Officer James R. Foster? The woman asked in a firm voice, not waiting for a reply. By order of the Department of Defense and under federal authority, you are under arrest for obstruction of a classified operation and for unauthorized access to confidential material. The man blinked, took a step back, and tried to speak, but only a hollow sound came out. No, it can't be. She didn't say what. She warned you. One of the agents said. She did it more than once, and you ignored her. He tried to pull out his radio as if that would save him, but one of the agents grabbed his wrist and swiftly took the device from him. Then, unexpectedly, they disarmed him without violence. They took his service weapon and handcuffed him. Gabriella barely moved a muscle. Her eyes met James's for just a second. There was no hatred in them, only disappointment. This is a mistake, the officer shouted as they led him toward the SUV. I was doing my job. That woman was impersonating a military officer. A woman who has been serving the country for 20 years, the agent replied.